Well, whatever style you prefer, just make sure you grow one. It's Movember, and we'll get behind the marketing strategy of facial hair. We'll also look at a new Coca-Cola project that encourages teenagers to donate their time for a good cause. And get ready to rock, because a world-famous restaurant brand will be opening a state-of-the-art branch in Johannesburg very shortly. This is Mags on Media, and a very warm welcome. Now, during November each year, Movember is responsible for the sprouting of millions of moustaches right around the world. With their mows, men raise vital funds and also awareness for prostate and testicular cancer and mental health. As an independent global charity, Movember's mission, I'm told, is to have an everlasting impact on the face of men's health. So here's the question: how is a charity brand grown so quickly in so short a space of time? Well, the answer is in Cape Town, where we find Garron Gsell, who represents the organisation. Garron, a very warm welcome to you, and thanks for joining us. The idea, I'm told, originated in Australia. Am I correct?
It did originate in Australia 10 years ago to the day or to the year. Four friends in a bar were looking at what these iconic 70s icons were that hadn't made its return from a fashion point of view, and the moustache is one of them. And they'd made the commitment and pledge to one another to grow a moustache for 30 days, and through their network of four friends, they had just over 30 Mo Bros and Mo Sisters take up the pledge to grow a moustache.
To what extent, a decade on, has that actually grown?
Last year we had just over 1.1 million registrations of Mo Bros and Mo Sisters that signed up on the website on Movember.com, whether growing a moustache or supporting a Mo Bro that was growing a moustache in 21 countries, and we raised just over 1.2 billion rand.
And the money, as I mentioned in my introduction, looking at a broad range of issues, prostate and testicular cancer, mental health. It is a broad range of issues. Do you not need perhaps to be a little bit more targeted in this concept, or does it work for you?
No, certainly not. You know, particularly looking at the rate of prevalence with prostate cancer being the leading male cancer that men are suffering with the world over. Depression is also something that's very closely associated with prostate cancer. Men suffering with prostate cancer and going through prostatectomies deal with all kinds of mental issues, considering that the side effects and challenges associated with prostate cancer includes sexual impotence, incontinence, and male hormone replacement therapy.
The whole idea is to prompt a conversation around the moustache to the subjects that you've just outlined for us. To what extent does that really happen, do you think?
Using innovation and using social media, we generated just over 2.7 billion conversations in the social media space. So by using our Mo Bros and Mo Sisters going in and using their Facebook pages or their Twitter accounts, they're prompting that conversation. Besides the direct conversation about sitting around a boardroom table or going in and having dinner, changing your appearance and donating your face to the cause for a month, it prompts the conversation. You explain to people why, if you don't normally sport facial hair, why you are growing a moustache, and if you do normally sport facial hair and shave it off for the month, why you're committing your face again to the cause.
Is this also an initiative where you've become a brand in your own right, but other brands have also seen the value in association?
Certainly. Yeah, and Movember collaborates with brands on a global level. We're quite proud of some of the partners that we associate with, and we look for brands that have got like-minded objectives. You know, that we partner with. We never sponsor, or would never have brands sponsor the campaign, and we'll never sell out the naming rights, but certainly we have partners that support our ambassadors and our Mo Bros and Mo Sisters along the month-long journey. Great to see a non-profit brand like this making a real difference. Thank you very much for joining us in Cape Town, Garron Gsell. Now, a little idea leverage. We've just been talking about it. Known for its wit, the airline Coca-Cola has hopped on to the Movember bandwagon. One of their aircraft will be sporting its own moustache, as you'll see, during the month of November. All right, let's talk about two other November traditions now, Guy Fawkes and Diwali. They all happen around the same time. And while these festivals may light up the night skies, there is an ongoing fight, an ongoing debate due to the effect of the sound on animals.
Well, the Joe Public advertising agency has taken an unexpected approach to communicating the potential harm. The client is Bobtail. It's a pet food brand, and as you can see in front of me, there is a massive firecracker, and I'm told it is a firecracker with a difference. There is the detonator there. There is a fuse. I have to tell you as well, we have taken the necessary fire precautions in the studio. It's a bit of a career-limiting move if you set fire to the studio that you work in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to light the firecracker, and let's see what kind of message it sends out and whether this thing actually works. So here we go. So there we go. A dog's hearing is much more sensitive than yours. Support boom-free celebrations, and the brand is Bobtail. And it was a noise-free firework as well. We think it's a great idea and certainly works well for the brand. So well done to the advertising agency, Joe Public. Now, all too often this year, we've spoken about the growing trend of brands doing good. Here now is a global initiative by Coca-Cola that sees teenagers between the ages of 13 and 19 years old giving 4 hours of their own time to participate in community projects. In return, they are rewarded with a ticket to a concert that will include 3 international artists and 1 local artist. It really is a good idea.
It was a hot, hot summer, yeah, it ain't no bummer when you swept me off my feet. Oh, I know you like a runner, and my pace ain't like a stunner. Oh, you made me feel so sweet. Yes, you do, yes, I am, and now we're holding hands. How perfect could this be? We made quite a team, before Rogers couldn't see that.
I think Coca-Cola Rocco gives the teenagers of South Africa a platform to give back to the communities. Music is the perfect match for us to engage with teenagers because that's what they love, that's how they engage, that's how they speak. You know, really, music is the language of teenagers.
So our mission is to, uplift the youth and change the world.
I've never volunteered in my life, but this is my first time volunteering, and I've seen it. It's amazing to do something good for other people.
It's a good experience.
The thing about rock horse shows is you can't buy a ticket to them, you can't win a ticket, you have to earn a ticket. You've got to do 4 hours of volunteer work to earn your way in. Everybody in that arena has done the same thing as you to lift up their community. There's no other show like it.
This is how we live each day.
We've actually got close to 40 schools over the next 8 weeks, and we're coming into contact with 2,500 volunteers.
We want to make volunteering and community work part of youth culture the same way as listening to music, following sports, or hanging out with your friends.
You're making better use of your time rather than sitting and doing nothing.
I will volunteer again.
Give, get, given!
Just ahead on Mags on Media, one of the hardest rocking restaurant brands in the world will soon be delighting Johannesburgers' taste buds. That story is just ahead.
It was a cool idea then, and it's a cool idea now.
News that moves. ENCA.com.